Okay guys, having issues with the brakes. I was driving and the brake light came on. The brake light and ABS light came on, but the brakes felt fine. Have any pressure loss in the pedal. It felt great. And I popped the hood. I noticed the reservoir was empty pretty much now. I filled it up and I pumped the brakes. I didn't see any leaks. Drove it for about a week, maybe a few days. Not consistent, but I drove for a few days, like on and off within a few days, and it ran back low again. And I pumped it multiple times and found out that one of the rear brake calipers, the drop passenger side in particular, has a slight leak. It's barely noticeable, but it's leaking, and we're gonna swap both of them out right now. I'll film me doing one side, and you guys will kind of get the idea. But let's get this changed over right now. All right, guys. Here's both calipers. We just want to make sure they sent the right calipers. This is how they sent them. No packaging, really. Just put them inside of a box and wrap them in plastic. And they got here the boxes all beat up. So hopefully they're not damaged. There's no visual damage, but they're the same part number, but different. There's a number identifying which caliper that this is number 1, this is number 2. I'm not sure which one is left or right, but I'm guessing this is the driver's side, this is the passenger side. If you look at they're both in the same direction, but look at the bleeder screw. One is down, one is up. So we got the correct part. Now let's get out here and remove them from the vehicle. So 13/16, I'll take the lugs off, or 21mm. They both pretty much fit the same. Might as well change the rear brake pads when you're doing this. You know, since I'm putting the old pads back on, you want to touch this for a while. So replace them while you're replacing the calipers. Here's the part number. All new hardware. New brakes. They got my sign right there. I pumped the brakes. Got a little fluid. This caliper is leaking. Okay guys, we're gonna take this off really fast, and we're gonna do it just a quick way. We're gonna do this. But before we touch this, before we remove any of this, since we're replacing the caliper brackets, we don't have to remove none of this. All we're gonna remove is the caliper bracket bolts. We don't have to remove the caliper from the caliper brackets. We're just gonna remove the caliper bracket bolts and the brake line. It's gonna be really quick. We're gonna do this really fast. The same goes for the new part. It's assembled already. It comes from the factory preset, not torqued to specs, but it comes to the factory tightened. The caliper comes from the factory tightened to the caliper bracket. It's going to allow us to assemble the whole thing just like we took it off, to save us some time. That's what we're here for. Time is valuable, but we're going to do it correctly and save us some time. Just do it quickly. Just replace them both. If you guys see something, this is not brake fluid. I sprayed it with WD-40. I sprayed all this with WD-40 really good. So you want to spray it in advance. So spray it right now with some WD-40, and then let's go assemble the new caliper. Install the brakes and these brackets, these brake brackets on the new caliper. This come already assembled. I'm gonna remove this 10mm. Set that to the side. this lip locks into place with this spring. So this locks it in place on both sides. As you can see. If I didn't mention, the bleeder screw is 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter. Okay, let's remove the old caliper. Nine 16. Got two caliper bracket bolts there, 18 millimeter. There's the banjo bolt with one of the copper washers on it. That's fine. However, you got to remove this copper washer. We're going to clean it with some sandpaper. Okay, it's time for torques. The banjo bolt for the brake line is 37 foot-pounds. 37 foot-pounds. These caliper slide pins these are 27 foot-pounds. The Caliper bracket bolts are 128 foot-pounds. So 128 foot-pounds for the Caliper bracket bolts, 27 for the slats, 27 foot-pounds for the slats, 128 foot-pounds for the Caliper bracket, and for the banjo bolt for the line, this is 37 foot-pounds. So let me get these torque downs. Remember, leave the brake screw out. Leave the brake screw out. We're gonna bleed them like this. Okay, guys. This side is done. Torque down. Bleed the screw out. Remember, this side is out too. Try to get something right here to catch it, but first thing we're gonna do is remove the cap from the reservoir. I haven't did anything yet. It's empty, nothing in here. So, got some diaphragm brake fluid. Pop a hole in that. So we're gonna fill this all the way up. Fill it all the way to the top. Okay, we filled. Okay, so we're gonna give this a little time. It's about 7 in the evening. I've been pretty much gone all day. The parts, the brake's been here, but the caliper and the caliper bracket just got here around 3:30, and I rushed home because I'm doing a deck, and I'll show you guys that as well. I'm kind of revitalizing the deck. I'm filming it as well, so I rushed home to get these brakes put on. But we're gonna let gravity bleed these out for us. We'll be getting some back in a little bit. When they start dripping, I'll be back to see how long it took. So I'm gonna time it right now. All right, guys, it's been about 30 minutes. See, I haven't went down yet. Like I said, this is a process that takes, you have to have patience with, but we're gonna just press the brakes slightly. So pump it just a little bit to get the flow started. Okay, let's try to go down to the floor with it. We're gonna ease down to the floor with it. Let's ease down to the floor with it. One more time. Do it again. Oh wow, we got something. We're shooting up. To let you guys know, it's coming from here. It's not coming from here. It's running down from the hole. So we got action on that side. Nothing here yet, but we're gonna close that side off and get something over here. So we're gonna shut this down and push all the air out of that side. The pedal should be back super hard. All right, let's push it down one more time, guys, to get all out of the line. Let's see how we looking in the reservoir. We went down a lot. We still at the field mark. Okay, guys, I didn't touch the brake anymore. We had pressure on that line, so I just came back here, and we're good. There's no more air in this line. Period. I didn't do anything. I knew it was gonna come over here. I've done this times, but gravity has helped us out. We just gave it a little boost, but there's no air in the line now. The one thing you don't want to do is let that reservoir get empty. You'll start this process all over again. All these lines are filled. There's no more air in the line, guys. There's no, look at this. There's no more air in the line, period. All right, let's seal this up. We can actually put the rubber boot on. It's a wrap. That's it. Rubber boot on. So now I'm gonna put some anti-seize. So I'll be putting on all the threads on for the lugs, so I don't have to worry about the wheel getting stuck on or the legs becoming seized onto these studs. So we're bled. Let's top the reservoir off if we need to, and pop the wheels on. That's a wrap. Okay. You look. I added just a little bit more. We pretty much at the field line. I'll come up a little bit more. It's the max line, so we're good here. I can come up a little bit more with it. I'll put a little bit more in. We'll set it off, but the brakes are perfect. I guarantee the brakes are great in this thing now. This pedal should be super hard. Yep. Pedal back hard, guys. Super hard. I can't even push it no more. I can't push it. Brakes are bled. No leaks. No more leaks. It's a wrap. So we're at the max line now. I'll be observing this over the next few days as I drive it, but I'm extremely confident that we're fine. Yeah, we're good now, so pop the wheels back on and take it for a test drive. It's a wrap though. It's a wrap.